Okay, let's talk about Group 32 vocabulary. So, abstruse means esoteric, very difficult to understand. A lot of these words are abstruse. Auxiliary means supplemental or additional. Think about auxiliary forces in the military. They come at the last minute to save the day. Caricature means a satire or a parody. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those carnivals where they have the artist who will draw your face with very exaggerated features. That's called a caricature. Depravity means immorality. So, the depths of depravity means basically the worst stuff that humans do. If you're a dilettante to something, it means you're an amateur. Maybe you're a dilettante, wine drinker. So you're not necessarily an expert, but you're kind of dabbling in it. Effrontery means rudeness, impudence. So if someone displays a lot of effrontery, they're not a great person. To encroach means to invade somebody else's territory slowly. So it's not like a full-blown invasion. Maybe it means you're taking, slice by slice. To endow means to give or to supply or to provide. So for example, if you endow the university with money, you're donating money. Entreat means to beg. So for example, if you entreat somebody, you're trying to beg to get them to change their mind. Very similar to the word supplicate. If somebody is gregarious, they're very sociable, they're very talkative. These are the people you want to have at your party. An indictment is an accusation or a charge. It's a negative thing. So if you are indicted for something, the government has accused you of committing a crime. Indignant means you are very resentful, you're very upset. Even if somebody apologized for bad behavior, if you remain resentful, we would say indignant. Ineluctable means inevitable. They say that death and taxes are inevitable or ineluctable. Inquisitive means to have an inquiring mind. You're very curious. You like to figure things out. You're always asking questions. Why? Latitude means room to maneuver, like freedom. So if a parent gives a child a lot of latitude, they're not being very strict. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll down. All right, starting with levity. Levity is humor. So imagine you have a very serious dinner party, and then somebody brings some levity to it. Then people are laughing, which is a good thing. Malevolent means to have bad intentions or just bad. So if somebody has a malevolent character, they're trying to inflict harm on other people. Mediate means to come between two people or two organizations to try to solve a dispute. So a mediator is a person who tries to make two people reconcile. Occlude means to stop or prevent. We have a lot of words like this. Preclude would be another one. Pacify means to make somebody or some organization less angry, make them less prone to war. That's why when you describe somebody as a pacifist, that means they don't go to war, they don't believe in it. A paragon is a perfect example of something. Maybe you'll see like a paragon of a GRE essay, just a perfect example. To patronize has several meanings. If you patronize a store, that means you shop there. If somebody has a patronizing attitude or patronizes somebody else, it's like talking down to them in a condescending manner. Penurious refers to poverty or being poor. Hopefully none of us are penurious. Piquant means interesting. If you're talking, or like exciting, but if you're talking about food, it means spicy, like piquant food. Rampant means uncontrolled, so rampant growth. Like, for example, if the weeds are growing in a rampant fashion, that's not good for your yard. Remote means very distant, very separate. So if somebody lives in a remote colony, that means they're not really connected to civilization in any way. A reprobate is somebody who is immoral. Think about Han Solo from Star Wars. I don't know if that works. So it doesn't necessarily mean immoral like they're going around killing everybody or anything like that, but it means somebody who's not very principled, somebody who's in it more for themselves or for the money. Turbid and turgid, they both look alike, I'm sorry. So turbid means murky or dark, like not transparent. Think about like turbid water. And turgid means distended or swollen, like a stomach will swell up, for example. And then finally, vacuous means empty, or nothing is there. So if you describe someone's, brain as vacuous, you're basically saying nothing is there.